Welcome, everybody, to our New Year's Eve extravaganza here with Upland. I'm X1 the Gamer. This is General Mort. General Mort.
Hi, guys.
End of 2022, the beginning of 2023.
We made it.
Yeah, can you believe a year has gone by? A lot has happened this year. I think actually in the roadmap update, we went through a lot of it there. But favorite memory of the year, starting out with General Mort of 2022. What really stood out to you this year in Upland?
Ooh, it's tough. I mean, Genesis Week. It's hard to top Genesis Week. It was like such a special, cool experience to be a part of and to get to organize that. But a close second would be probably the FIFA stuff. Just all the FIFA stuff together was honestly super awesome to work on. So glad that everybody enjoyed it. And I think that's it for me. One of those two things has to be.
Yeah, I think IRL Genesis Week for me, it was our first time doing it in real life, in person. Got to meet a lot of people that will be here on today's show.
Yeah.
Got to meet in person for the first time, so it was a blast. Very much looking forward. And then I would agree as well. FIFA was insane. It was crazy. It was a crazy tournament, and it was a lot of fun to see the spotlights made an appearance, first ever in legit. So video spotlights, that's exciting. Welcome everybody to our New Year's extravaganza. For today's show, we're gonna have on a bunch of members to end out 2022 the right way. A bunch of members from the UCN, a bunch of members from the community to get their experience on the air and what they're most looking forward to in 2023. So thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, you can win 20,023 UPIX. Wait, is it 23,000?
No, 23,000 UPIX.
23,000 UPIX by leaving.
We're going to give you 2,172 UPIX specifically.
23,000 UPIX for 2023. For a chance to win, just leave a comment on this video. Let us know your Upland goals, what you're most looking forward to in Upland for 2023. And our first guest is the one and only YK 2012. Let's bring YK 2012 here. You guys may know him as the Upland Guide over on YouTube. YK 2012, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's great to hear you guys and great to see you again.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely. So YK 2012, we went over our favorite past 2023. What's yours? What really stood out to you this year?
Well, I got to give it to you guys, not just you guys, but the whole Upland team on really solidifying that FIFA deal and partnership. That was just simply amazing. I think the entire community was really excited to see such a large brand enter the Upland Metaverse, and that was one of my highlights as well. And of course, Genesis Week, meeting you guys, meeting a lot of other people on the team and the rest of the Upland community. That was a great event that you guys put on, and that was super exciting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Super fun meeting everybody at Genesis Week for sure. So you run the Upland Guide over on YouTube. What has been your favorite video of 2023 that you've done?
Ooh, my favorite video. So there were a lot of them. I actually just started YouTubing exactly a year ago last December. And before that, I just Yes, thank you. I rewatched the 2021 update, and I had just gotten into YouTube. And before that, I just had the written guide. But over the past year, I've created over 200 videos teaching everybody how to play Upland and everything you need to know about every single feature that has been released, whether it be legits, whether it be cars, manufacturing, new players if you're getting started. So I've really covered a lot. A couple of them that stand out was the interview that I had with Idan. I had the opportunity to interview him before the UIP1 proposal, and we talked a lot about the vision of Upland, and I found that to be a really enlightening video. So if anyone hasn't seen that, I recommend going back and to my YouTube channel and watching that. But I also created a top 10 video list of the top 10 videos that I created over the past year that I think really help out the community. So definitely check all of those out. And I hope that it really helps people to see the vision and form their own strategy within the game.
100%.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well done.
And appreciate it, and thanks for helping us out. There's so much to know.
Welcome to Upland.
Yeah.
You guys also just recently were able to join Upland, so congratulations on that.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions about how to play, I'm more than happy to help you guys out.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, so 2023, what can we look forward to with the Upland Guide over on YouTube, and what are your personal goals for 2023?
Oh, well, I'm just trying to keep pace with you guys. You guys have done a lot over the past year, so trying to teach people about all these new features that are coming out and all the new partnerships. FIFA was really busy for me as well. Also trying to, participate on myself. Trying to pick up some legits there, and also teaching people and helping people through all the legits process. So that was pretty intensive for me. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other partnerships that you have coming out next year with the Argentinian Football Association, and I can only assume that there might be other teams and clubs and leagues following after this big partnership with FIFA and also with the NFLPA. So there's a great opportunity for lots of sports to come in. So if you're a sports fan, this is going to be an exciting year for all of us in Upland, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you win anything in any of the FIFA events? Did you
I did not. I did not invest that heavily in that. So no, I got a couple of passes I'm still trying to sell, but nice. I didn't really invest heavily. I've got a couple of these cheaper ones that I'm just holding on to for a long time. I think that because of the official partnership with FIFA, these will appreciate in value over the long term. So I got a couple of, I'm picking some stuff up off the floor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, YK 2012, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being part of the community, and Happy New Year, my friend. To 2023.
Happy New Year. Yeah,
we will
see you all there.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. I forgot. We talked about Genesis week, and we forgot we're in the game now. We didn't even.
I know. Yeah. I forgot about that too. I still don't have Spark, so I kind of stuck right now. But we'll get there.
I just got my micro house built. A lot of people from the community came and donated Spark. And by the way, those Spark hours, they're intense, man. They are no joke.
Oh yeah,
no joke. So, but I was able to get that done like over a weekend. So I've got a micro house, baby. LA, it's the place to be. Valley Glen. Anyone out there, come join us over in Valley Glen.
It's the place to be in Upland. It's not the place to be in real life. Just if anybody's wondering.
That's close to you, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like 20 minutes away ish. Not a great
By the way, for everybody that's watching, we have linked everybody that's on the show will be linked in the description below. Make sure you go check out their content, check out their YouTube channels, their websites. Everything's there. Give them a subscribe and show them some love. And with that, let's bring on the man from down under, Ben68, and also more cheese from Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, from the Upland Development Network, or Upland Development United rather, and also one of my favorite outdoor decor brands, the Samurai Aquatics. Welcome, Ben68 and more cheese. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Yes, very well.
We already asked you that. Sorry. It's like your brain just does things. And you don't even like.
We spend the rest of the 5 minutes just asking each other how we're doing.
That wouldn't be the first time, probably.
Yeah, so we actually had the chance to meet More Cheese in person in Genesis Week. Absolute pleasure. More Cheese, how was Genesis Week for you this year?
It was awesome. I was really nervous, but everybody was so friendly and welcoming. I got to meet so many people. It was fun. I really hope you guys do it again for the upcoming year. I'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Now, Ben68, Australia makes it a little bit difficult. Just time zones alone to be in Upland, much less to come to Genesis Week. But can we expect a Ben68 at Genesis Week live anytime? That would be awesome.
Yes, time zones. As you know, I've been raging about time zones in your ear, for a while. No, I can't ever imagine a situation where I'd leave my family and go on a international journey by myself, unless it's all expenses paid. Then
then week. There we go. Maybe
for the whole family.
I actually purchased this to bring to Vegas, but it came a week too late, so Ben wasn't able to make it.
That's a nice theme. You're fitting with the theme. I keep doing this because on my screen it's over here.
I know, it's like weird.
Our pillows. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. So Ben68, what was your inspiration, by the way, for the Samurai Aquatics? It really is one of my favorite brands. And that neighborhood, by the way, is on fire. Like, pictures have been passed around. I believe Upland tweeted it out. Looks so good for Christmas. Yeah. You guys absolutely crushed it over there. But yeah, what was your inspiration for that?
I lived and worked in Japan for several years. My wife's Japanese, so obviously I've got a bunch of family in Japan, and that's the samurai side of things. And in my real life job back in a previous life, I was an aquaculture technician. So before I became a kindergarten teacher, so kind of blended the two together.
Very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, no, they're awesome. I may be making a trip. Right now, I'm poor in Upland, but I may be making a trip to come buy some outdoor decor as soon as I can.
I actually got a message from Idan through the week. He's asking, "Hey, I want to buy a sauna." I'm like, actually, the showroom's glitched out. The team's working on it, and he's like, I know a few people that might be able to work on this. Yeah. So it's pretty funny. Keep an eye out for mid to late January. That'll be our next sales.
All right.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, very much looking forward to it. So tell us, everybody, there's a lot of people that may not have heard of you guys or are not familiar with the Upland Development United or Metaverse Ventures Entertainment. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you guys?
Yeah, we're all about the acronyms. So it all started with Upland Development United, and that started, years ago now. It all fed off the announcement that Upland put out on the 8th of June 2020 about businesses. And pretty much everything that I've done in the game since, as far as, node development and, creating podcast shows and that, it all stemmed from that first announcement. So, yeah, the Upland Development United, that's our, that's the original node development team. We've been at it for years now, and we just keep grinding away. And the MVE, that's kind of our more public, open facing situation where we run our main two long form podcasts. Cheese and I get together and run every week. We just grind through and do two long form podcasts every week.
Yeah, awesome. Well done. And how did you guys get connected? Because you're across the world. How did you end up?
Okay, I'll take that one. So my first month in Upland, I started March 14th, 2021. And I believe about 4 days later, I'm in the Upland. We didn't have the cafe back then, but it was general. And I see this crazy man just yelling out, "Let's mint out Midtown Terrace," and this and that. And I'm like, I'm a day trader, I'm an investor. And I'm like, I always look for people who have like an idea or something that they can take and run. And I'm like, all right, this guy seems to have a lot of ambition. Let me go to Midtown Terrace and check it out. I had just flown there or trained there. I don't know what it was, from Fresno. And I just bought about 9 of them. And I'm like, I message him. I'm like, hey, I do it in general. I'm like, hey, I'm part of the family now. I got some Midtown. He's like, yeah, welcome. And then about maybe a half an hour later, he's like, hey man, because everybody calls me a man in Upland. Hey man, do you want to sell those to me? And I'm like, no, I'm here to stay. And from there, he invited me to the Discord, and it was amazing. He's my best Metaverse friend.
Metamates,
love it.
Yeah, and we just like talk about businesses together. Like we do the shows, we co-host together, we co-admin together. It's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Metaverse bringing people together.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it definitely shows you guys have great chemistry together. Love listening to the podcast. So everybody, if you haven't yet, go check out MVE over on YouTube. A link is in the description below. Before we let you guys go, what are you most looking forward to in Upland this next year? Ben 68 and more cheese.
Utility.
I
love you guys. Sorry. But yeah, I would like to also see more level 2 projects come out from the community. There have been a couple now that are extremely impressive. I think what Upland brings to the table is more community-driven projects, and I think for 2023 we're going to see a lot more of those. And I just feel like that's going to be the next foundation to building Upland up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for me, I mean, the obvious ones are things like neighborhood ratings and that. But in last week's UDU podcast show, we went through like the key highlights from this year, and it took me like hours to put that list together. It was just amazing how much stuff you know that had been done. So I guess Yeah, I'm most looking forward to just what's to come and just rolling with the punches. And there's plenty of things that get dropped, and you scratch your head like, where the hell did this come from? And you just you get the information, and I'm sure you guys are aware. Like the community just picks apart every single every single word in those announcements.
Our community. You sure you're not talking about somebody else?
Yeah. So just seeing what's to come and just enjoying and engaging in with the community and playing the game.
Awesome.
Well, hey, happy New Year's. More cheese, Ben68. Thank you
guys.
for all you do, and we'll see you guys in 2023.
Thank you.
So General Mort, we have the roadmap actually happening. The roadmap AMA, we just dropped the roadmap update.
Yep.
More cheese talked about utility. Anything we can talk about there coming up in 2023? I do know third party is a big focus. Third party development. Very excited to see
It is.
That second layer come into Upland for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple different things on the table. Some of it's still TBDs, so I obviously can't say. Yeah, I mean, we're working on tons of different stuff in the background. We're going to be putting a pretty heavy emphasis on onboarding and getting new players into the game and getting people to understand the game without so much additional effort. So that's going to be a huge focus in Q1. We'll obviously talk a lot more in depth about this next week. So please come and join us for the AMA. It's on Wednesday. I think it's on Wednesday, right? Did we say?
So far,
I don't know that we even told you guys yet.
I
think it's going to be
now. It's on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll let you know. But yeah, come check it out. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, let's bring on our next person, another international Uplander here. It's the one and only Radish Head from Upland Analysis. Welcome back, Radish Head.
Hello. I cannot believe it has been a year since I was last on here.
I thought it was 3, to be honest. That's how it feels.
It's been a heck of a year.
Yeah.
Very good to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. Radish Head, we actually had you on one of the recent auction houses.
Yeah,
which was a ton of fun. How has your 2022 been in Upland, and what are some of your highlights?
Honestly, being on the auction house was one of the highlights. It was very good fun chatting with you. It didn't go perfectly the auction, but it was very fun being there nonetheless. Obviously, Genesis Week was a massive event, and that was really fun getting to go to Las Vegas. I'd never been to the city before. I'm definitely going again. So getting to meet so many people in the Upland community, that was absolutely incredible, quite honestly. And then in game, I think really Upland has been putting the doubters to shame, quite frankly, with just the pace of development over the past 6 months or so. We've had the implementation of personal residences, voting, we've got the racing. It just never ends. So I've been very impressed with it. I was just thinking back to how it was looking at the start of the year and just where we are now. And it's such an incredible difference. So it's just been a very exciting journey this year. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go.
It totally has. It's been a whirlwind of chaos and fun and excitement. And it's been great. I'm glad to hear that everybody's enjoying all the new stuff that we're putting out. Obviously, a lot more coming in 2023. So it's gonna be an interesting year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Radish Head, what is your big projects or for your channel? For those of you that don't know, Upland Analysis over on YouTube. Again, a link is in the description below. Go check it out. Any big projects that we can look forward to, or any exciting content you have planned for the next year?
It's almost as though you've watched my latest video. I've been dropping hints as to something that I've been working on for a little while now, and I've spent about 2 million UPIX in a location to be announced.
Undisclosed.
But it's going to be something big. And I will say now that it is related to manufacturing and showrooms. And I'm going to try and use these features in a way that I haven't seen them being used before in a very community-oriented way. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be very exciting.
I will be.
Yeah, that is exciting for sure. Radish Head, how strong is the UK? We have quite a few members of the UK. Have you had a chance to connect with anybody from Upland over in the UK like yourself, or how is the UK representation? That's the question I'm trying to ask.
I think it's strong. I do run into a lot of people, like either on the channel or people reaching out to me saying, "Hey, you're a fellow, UK Uplander." I haven't met with any of them in person. I was hoping, of course, that England was going to win the World Cup, and then there'd be an excuse to have a big event in London. But it's going to happen one day, and when it does, I'm going to be there. I'll be representing Upland in a big way. So very exciting.
London would be. I mean, think about. Here's the thing. A lot of people going for collections. How hard is that going to be when London drops? Because there's so much history. There's so much buildings and properties and so many options for collections.
That was like when we did LA. It was like we had to cut
out
half of the stuff.
I'm going to fall into that
much.
myself. Yeah, because with LA, there were so many people who lived in the city and they're like, "Oh, you've got to buy this, and this, and this." Yeah. Too many places. I'm going to be the same thing in London.
We had a lot of people
some
who
fan favorites though. Sorry.
For sure. Yeah, we have people who were pissed. They're like, "I can't believe you didn't make this a collection." I was like, "Well, you should
it's
spin around and point, and there's a collection in LA somewhere.
Yeah.
So probably the same in London."
Yeah, well, London, I mean, just historically speaking, like so much.
I used to walk by St. Paul's Cathedral every day for work. And it's just an absolutely magnificent piece of architecture. Obviously, that would be probably reserved as a landmark, but amazing buildings, and there's a lot of really great history in London.
Yeah,
sweet landmark.
Absolutely. Well, Radish Head, Upland Analysis over at YouTube. Thank you very much for all you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us for another year-end celebration. Yep. Happy New Year, Radish Head, and we'll see you in 2023.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Oh man, London! How cool would that? A London meetup has to happen.
It'll happen,
right?
One day. Yeah.
What? Okay, give me one city, international, worldwide. You could only pick one, General Mort, for a meetup, an Upland meetup.
For person. A meetup? Well, I get to go.
You get to go.
It's easy. It's Japan. It's Tokyo.
Tokyo. Oh yeah. Okay. That's solid. I don't know if you could beat that. Touche, my friend. Speaking of badass places and things, we have the one and only Russell Envy. That's right. Russell Envy is here on the show to join us. I saw you.
I'm actually collecting a treasure. Hang on one second. Literally treasure hunting right here. And I have another one underneath. I don't know if you can see this, but
dude, crushing it. Look at it live. Look at that technique. Look at the technique.
It's all over the place right now. It's all 450, but I have a draft sitting right here waiting to be collected.
Is that a pinata as well? Or is that
it is a pinata. It is a pinata. That's my life these days. Hello.
Nice.
Thank you for having me on.
For those of you that don't know, Russell Envy has YouTube channel. Russell Envy YouTube channel. He also this year was I think you're the first mayor to be elected.
I think so. Has to be.
I think that there have been quiet channels about it, but I mean, like as far as going full scale with what we're trying to do, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so how did that work this year? Why don't you walk people through Portage Park Mayor? How did that come about? What was it like? And how did you get elected?
And what was the voting process? Yeah, I'm like
curious. Sure. So the voting process is very simple. In the Portage Park Discord server, you have to be a resident, and just like Upland, you have to be in good status. You cannot be in Alcatraz. BTC Bows. No, just kidding. But so once that happens, we have an election actually going right now. So if you head over to the Portage Park Discord, there's a Google form, and there is a list of everybody who's running for councilor right now. We have 9 people running for 3 spots.
Wow.
And so we actually have a town hall where everybody gets to say like who they are, what their vision is, or what they would like to do. So it's kind of that process as far as like getting elected to city council and things like that. For the mayor's race, it was between myself and another player, and we happened to be next door neighbors in Portage Park, next to each other. So I launched a whole campaign. I don't know if you see my Twitter, my YouTube, but I had like 4th of July kind of fireworks. It says like vote for me, president kind of thing. Yeah, like I went all out on it, But really, the mayor is about promoting Portage Park, getting the name out there as much as we can, trying to help do some things. Like I've helped with branding. I've helped bring in some other stuff. And really what I've done the most is, I treasure hunt, and I've never bought Spark, but I have 23 Spark. Even. Wow. I have 23 even spark.
That's incredible.
So once a month, what I actually do is I have a thing called the Spark Up with the Mayor Train. It's kind of a play, but what I do is I donate 7 spark, and then everybody else, they come in and they bring however much spark they have. But then what we do is we end up building 10 houses or 10 things. Yeah, so there's a lot of people in Portage Park or even in the game that do not have a lot of spark. I have an abundance of it, but it makes me feel good that I get to give back. I do giveaways and prizes and stuff like that, but that's one of the things that I'm most proud of is being able to help people who don't have a residence or they want to move to Portage Park. Hey, I've got you. It's like 10 spark, 3 days, you're done.
Yeah, Portage Park, what you guys are doing over there is absolutely amazing. So kudos to yourself and to everybody involved in
that. They have a chance to be Candy Cane Lane this year.
Candy Cane Lane, that's right. You made the finals.
The shout out really goes to City Runner, MRFR, like those two people over there, incredibly, insanely, like amazingly smart individuals. But it's all about giving to the community. Portage Park is basically like a non-profit if you think about that. Like we put up the money, we have wax drops and NFTs and stuff like that, and like we front that bill, and then anything that comes in goes towards prizes, goes towards things like we reinvest in our community. It's not like a smash and go or any kind of thing like that. And that's actually one of the reasons why I love Portage Park so much.
Yeah, no, whenever we're looking for an example of like, let's look at a neighborhood that's really built up and that's Portage Park, it's so big, number one, and then there's so much variety when you're over there. It's amazing. So kudos to Portage Park, and as mayor, hey, kudos to you. You got to take some of the credit.
Yeah.
I will take like a 10th.
Okay.
How about a spark reference? I'll take a 10th.
So now I know Russell Envy, we talked yesterday, and your channel is actually going under a rebranding. So tell us a little bit about that for 2023. What's happening with yourself and your rebranding?
The day the announcement that Genesis Week was happening in Las Vegas, I moved away from Las Vegas. I want to actually bring this back full circle. So we have the Smith Center auction coming up in Las Vegas.
Yep.
I helped build the Smith Center, and I worked at a place called the Plaza, which the branding for the Plaza Hotel in Vegas is the place to be downtown. So how you were saying that your home is the place to be in Upland, in Las Vegas, the place to be in Las Vegas is the Plaza. But it's literally right next to the Smith Center. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Very, very cool. And so everybody, Russell Envy on YouTube. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, but my long story short, my YouTube channel has kind of been like finding my voice, and I've kind of been looking for like filling holes in content. Like I love watching Loyal Doyle, and I love watching More Cheese, and all the YouTubers. I get lost in YouTube, but I'm actually looking to help new players and stuff like that. I have not only rebranding for myself, we have Portage Park rebranding. I'm helping another node and a few other Twitters. So if you have rebranding help, I'm your person. That's for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Russell Envy, thank you very much. Mr. Portage, Mr. Mayor of
Mr. Mayor.
I need a top hat. I need a top hat and a monocle is what I need.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for being here. Happy New Year. Thank you for all you do for the community. Shout out to Portage Park. Go check it out, guys. If you haven't been there, seriously, Portage Park.
I'm going to collect this one live too. Why you send me out?
And there you go. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here, Russell Envy. And we'll see you next year.
Thank you so much.
Godspeed. Good luck with your piñata.
Oh man, dude, that form is on point. Look how quick he is.
Yeah.
So have you, John Moore, have you tried, since we could be in the game now, have you tried treasure hunting at all?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I tried it before, and I just had a visitor account, like floating around
how'd you do?
Help myself understand it. They're pretty hard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever won one. I've been really close. I always don't have enough sends. Like it's like I always forget that like you should go collect sends before I start, and then I start the timer, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta find an extra one in the middle of it, and that usually messes me up. So, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. I think I can do it.
Yeah, we'll need some Russell Envy tips and tricks for treasure hunters. That's what we need. Yeah. So bring that in 2023. With that, let's bring on an Upland favorite, the one and only Blue Rain. Blue Rain, I love your backdrop there with the Upland scarves that we gave away.
Oh yeah,
Blue Rain, how are you? Happy New Year.
New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to both. Thank you for having me on. I'm super excited to be asked. It's like the highlight of my.
Yeah, well, it's been fun. We've actually had the chance to meet in person with Blue Rain a few times. Your Genesis week, the Halloween meetup in San Francisco was a blast. We got to see you there as well. What has been your favorite highlights of 2022, the last year?
There's been so much, but besides for getting this thing autographed, I think honestly the in-game chat, you guys have just like that to me, that's gonna change so much, and so I guess that just tops it off. I think everything's been great. I feel like every month has been something that's been like wow, oh great, something new, oh perfect. They're gonna really like, everyone's gonna love Upland, and the game's just exploding. But the chat part, communication's key, right?
Yep.
So that to me is just phenomenal. And I just reached out to some people, and just like, I know there's Discord, but just the idea of like, it just feels like I don't know, like, oh look, we're at home talking to each other now. Like, you know what I mean? This isn't some separate app. This is like our home. Like, this is our in-game properties, and just like, I just love it. So
it makes it much more immersive. And you can connect with the world a little bit more. I love chat. I'm really looking forward to expanding on it. We have some cool plans for chat over the next year, so I think it's going to be a really important feature for us.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to like seeing like a global aspect, and like the whole idea of like the neighborhood chat. I mean, I think that's gonna, because Upland's a game, right? But I feel like when you get people chatting in kind of like almost like neighborhood situations in the game, it's going to become even more competitive. Like, we're really going to work together to like, I think nodes that I'm a part of are really going to work together.
For sure.
Once we game chatting to like really blow up our neighborhoods.
Definitely.
Be able to converse with, more people who are maybe not aware that we're trying to do something within those neighborhoods.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine a new player coming in and joining a neighborhood, and then they have this new chat, and now they have all these new friends that they didn't know existed. And I think that's really awesome.
Well, especially like Russell, like I think the whole idea of the mayor, when people like realize like, hey, you're living next door to the mayor, dude. That's the mayor's
We need to add a little pin that says mayor's house in each node.
I think that's gonna be really so that's great. And then cars obviously was a really big thing, and I got two finally. Well, I have a truck, but I got a car just recently yesterday.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
And I drove, and so I love everything that Upland is doing. I'm getting ready to actually make my own little New Year's video, just kind of recapping like what I think, like, what people should think about Upland as far as like the game, and how maybe they can like give it a new perspective. Like the whole idea of like, I think some people got a little bit like caught up in some other things, and I think they need to, even the vets need like a relook at what Upland's about, and just like why it's so fantastic, just to remind us like why we love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So on that note, what is Upland about to you?
So, well, it's about play, earning, and connecting. The whole like, the trio, the trifecta, it really is about all of that to me. And I think connecting is the big reason it's like so fun. But to me, it's like there's just like the metaverse is obviously expanding, but this idea of being mapped to the real world, it means like you have basically, I feel like it's like the Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok of the metaverse all in one place. It's like you have mapped this to the real world. We can do anything. So to me, it's like endless possibilities to explore with like playing whatever I want to play. Who knows? There can be so many different games out here. Earning different ways, and this like the whole idea of being a entrepreneur within the metaverse. I guess that's my favorite part, is like I'm like a business owner in the metaverse, right? I just hustle and bustle with the metaverse. Like call me like a Century 21 real estate. So but to me, all of it, like, but definitely want to earn. But connecting's been great, playing's awesome. So all three of those things.
Well said. A lot of people watching this may be seeing you for the first time. Tell us about your YouTube channel, Zerina's Guides. What is it all about? What do you focus on over there?
So I've been focusing on Upland. So my whole strategy has been primarily Upland, but then lately, I've also been thinking, getting into guiding about other metaverse type of, art stuff that people can do. Sure. But the whole idea for me was like people who are new might get. That's how it started for me. People who are new might get in the game and not know what to buy as far as like what's a good deal. So I started this the daily floor video, just so that people would realize like maybe certain properties aren't worth it. Like if they're just in a random neighborhood and someone's supercharging, you have to understand where the floor is, and then also what collections are worth something, and just explaining to them so they don't jump in like I did and make the wrong mistake and just buy things that are maybe highly inflated and then get upset. But then also just knowing when there's a good deal. So like every day I'm like, hey man, this is like, look at this floor. This is like a collection property in Harlem at floor. Get this. so yeah, just all the daily floor stuff I post, and then any news that pops up, I feel I mentioned that as well. But my whole idea was like to educate new players, especially on like what the economy was like, so that they could strategize better.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, you want to learn about good deals, go check out Zerina's guides over on YouTube. A link is in the description below. Blue Rain, thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, man, so much fun. It's interesting to see everybody's perspective of what really stands out this last year.
For sure. It's always a little bit different.
Yeah, everyone has a little bit different thing. In chat, we haven't even really talked about chat.
I know, that was the first time chat came up. That was actually a surprise, because I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, wow, we launched chat like a couple weeks ago. It's like actually a pretty big
chat. The minute we launched chat, my DMs got flooded. And what's so much fun is my DMs are flooded all the time, just being on Discord and stuff. But these were flooded by players who aren't necessarily on Discord, like players who I haven't had a chance to talk to. And so it's reaching this whole other subset of players in Upland, and it's a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to chat. Like you said, General Moore, a lot is coming in that direction. Cannot wait.
Nobody has DM'd me yet, but that's okay.
I've DM'd you. I have DM'd you. I sent you some YouTube videos, actually. Man, yes, remember? Like, they won. They won.
Oh yeah,
with that, let's bring on another international member of the community, Mr. Rivers from he's a FC Porto guy, but he's in London actually. Now I know you've been traveling. Are you home now? Where are you at in the world right now?
Hi guys, happy holidays for everyone. I'm in Portugal at the moment. Portugal, so I'm in a Portuguese home at the moment. So my background is Portuguese, 100%.
Beautiful.
Usually in London. Just came here for Christmas with the family. It's been quite rainy around here, but it's normal in winter time.
Sure.
And having fun with the gnomes, hunting the gnomes, and trying.
Did you get any gnomes?
Not really. I got a lot of treasures on those ones, but not actually the gnome itself. But I managed to score inside 200, so I think I'm gonna get a block explorer or something.
All right,
well done.
So should be fine. Should be fine.
So Rivers, your Upland, or your YouTube channel rather, is Upland Portugal, and you are from Portugal. You focus on Portuguese players. What was seeing Porto open up in Upland? What was that like for you?
It's hard to describe. Even that was the reason why I started the Upland Portugal Discord server and YouTube channel. A cousin of mine who actually 1 year ago, precisely in Christmas time, I've been in Upland for 1 year. It was in Christmas time when I came here. My Portuguese cousin told me about Upland, and I had no idea what it was until, I don't know, maybe until we got to March or April was when I started understanding really what was going on. And then when Porto started, it changed completely my view of the game, and I'll tell you why. Initially, you think it's an investment you're making there, either with money or with time. Some people do a lot of treasure hunting, so they might not put so much money into the game, but they put a lot of time and effort in order to get some UPX to invest in properties. And that was pretty much what I thought was going on. That's it. And then when Rio was announced, and my cousin was keep telling me, look, you should, because I was doing videos for my friends. So this is how it started. I was doing videos for my friends, my Portuguese friends, who couldn't understand the game a lot, and there was no Portuguese translation at that time. So that was an upgrade with Rio and Porto, was that we got the Portuguese translations there that now anyone can understand. And I was doing the videos explaining how to do the treasure hunting, how to mint a property, how to fly, how to go in the train, all of those, the collections, all of that. And I was doing videos like to 10 people only. And my cousin was just keep telling me, look, you've got to put it on YouTube. It's the content that it's about. I said, yeah, but the video is not great. The graphics is not beautiful. And he said, it's the content that you need to share. People need this content. And you can speak English, so you can even put it for other people.
Yeah. And
when you guys announced Rio, I thought, maybe, why not? But then there was Musita, and Musita is doing amazing work. And I thought, maybe it's not needed. Musita is there. Come on, it's not Portuguese now talking to most Brazilian people. It's not needed. I don't know, maybe a week or two after you guys announced Porto, I had a really bad camera. I just did a little one video. If everybody goes to see my first video, it's the most annoying video. It's terrible. But I started it, and then you get addicted, and then people start following and start making comments. Then the Discord server also started kicking out. We got to know a lot of Portuguese players that were, lost in the metaverse and not communicating between themselves. So we managed to get like 10 moderators there to help with the server. And then when Porto started, it was a boom. We went from 50 members in the Discord server to 600 members in the Discord server. We created a node in Porto, which was the first European node. And then that brought many people from all over the world, which was crazy. From United States, from Canada, from Turkey, from Israel. And then as long as I was doing the videos to explain the game, but also to promote the node, as you do, one guy from Israel, if I'm not wrong, either it's Israel or Turkey. I think it's Turkey. I'm pretty sure it's Turkey now. Yeah, he did the most amazing video, which I didn't ask. He just created himself, but it was professional video about the racetrack we have in the node. That I'm pretty sure probably X1, because he made a like in the video, so I'm pretty sure maybe he remembers. It was very professional, and it's so grateful, that the community, and this was the turning point, was from thinking of the game just about yourself and maybe helping the others, explaining the game, but then to think that this actually is a community, that you're helping the others, but the others are helping you as well, and you don't even ask for it. So and I was amazed with what some American and Canadian players have come to us and introduced ideas and experience. For example, one of them is the founder of Century City, which helped us tremendously with the knowledge that he got how to get things done. And for what? Because everybody wants to create a node with properties, with racing tracks, with ideas, with the colors of the buildings, that we still struggle with the colors because we don't have enough colors. But I think we're going to get there. And now it's been, I think since July, since the Genesis, actually, it's there's no stop. We can't breathe. If we can't breathe, I imagine you guys getting these things together for us. We have to respect all the work you put into it, because it's a lot to happen. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening all the time. The Genesis was something that was amazing for us to see, even that we didn't go to Las Vegas, but we could see the dynamics that was happening there. Everybody was, the questions, the AMA with the founders, and then after Porto, and now we have the racing tracks, and then we have the football game. It doesn't stop, so it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll breathe when we're dead. It's okay.
Yes, that's what well, Ruivers, everybody, check out his YouTube channel, Upland Portugal. I think everybody is in agreement. What a great representation for our first European city in Upland. It's been fantastic. Have loved getting to know you, my friend, and appreciate all you do.
Thank you,
Happy
guys.
New Year.
Keep up the good work, and Happy New Year for the whole team. The whole team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's Portugal was really our first overseas, Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, because Rio dropped, but then our first
Rio was
overseas was
first, yeah.
Portugal. Ton of
Yeah,
fun. I
first
really
European
enjoyed when Portugal dropped, watching players like Rivers stream. There was some other players streaming, walking around even the city.
It's super cool.
Really, really illustrated like how Upland introduces you to legit new cities.
places.
Like I know I'll go to LA and I know things that I never knew. Like growing up in the LA area, I know things because of Upland that I never knew growing up there.
Next time you come, I'll take you to Valley Glen and you can see where your house is.
Yeah, I'll bring deal. And with that, let's bring on the one and only Loyal Doyle. Loyal Doyle is in the house. He's in the waiting room. There he is.
Yes.
Well done.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man?
Well, Doyle, that beard is on point, my friend.
Hey,
well done.
And I got it a nice fluff this morning,
Do you oil it? Do you brush it?
I put the beard oil in.
Oh, yeah.
I put the comb going through. Yeah.
Yep. It's important.
good.
I didn't realize how much maintenance a beard was until I grew one, and then I was like, "Oh, this is a lot of work."
I'll tell you, the real kicker is going to a barber who knows how to help you maintain it properly.
I usually don't let them touch it though. I'm always scared they're gonna screw something up. So,
well, my barber's on point, so 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Loyal Doyle, tell us now, everybody. You host the Loyal Doyle channel, the Upland Show, over on YouTube. Tell us what's been your standout moment of 2022 for yourself.
I'll say my favorite content. Well, I guess it's a series that I started called Upland Stories, where I really do these long form podcasts. I think it was inspired probably by my first interview at Genesis Week with General Mort, where we went really in on General Mort's like background and story, because I had this feeling that like players in the game want to know more about people actually working for the company. So as often as I can, I like to get big players in the game and people doing interesting things in the game, as well as I've started doing interviews. A recent one I did was with a lawyer, like an IP metaverse lawyer, attorney who knows about all these different IP laws and things that people should know coming into the space before you're making content. So anyone who owns like a MetaVenture shop or outdoor decor shop, that content is really good to know, like, okay, there can be some legalities around certain things that you create, right? So there's so many different like aspects of things that we need to learn getting into the space.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never even really thought about that, right?
But I will say my favorite one of those interviews was with Dirk, where we really went into the economics of the metaverse. And what I loved about that is we went deeper, I would say, than just where Upland is currently. We really went deep on the economics of the entire metaverse economy. Where does Upland fit into that space? And a lot of it is speculation of where it will go. But when you hear from a PhD in economics talking about the economy, it really puts it into perspective for you. So that would probably be my number one recommended content and favorite piece of content I was able to do this year.
Yeah, go check it out over on the Loyal Doyle channel over on YouTube, everybody. So we talked about this with Zerina, aka Blue Rain, earlier. She brought up, what is Upland? And Doyle, I'm curious, in your words, actually, what is Upland to you?
Man, it's ever evolving, and I would say my ideas of it are changing constantly. Like, obviously, when I first joined, I had this vision of like Upland is laying the groundwork. It's like level 1 of the future of this Ready Player One massive metaverse with all these immersive experiences, and it's tied to the real world, so you can really relate to it. I love that whole aspect of it, but it's I would say at Genesis Week, I really started to understand the power of third-party development, and what, like before, I think the mentality was, come on, Upland, build all these features for us. But now it's like we can build, the community can build these third-party tools that make it this amazing metaverse, and Upland is really laying the groundwork for that. I really am starting to see it as almost like the social media, but so much bigger than that. It's hard to even call it that, but a social media-ish, an evolution of social media for Web3. It's kind of the core of where you can start everything, like interacting with people, gaming, find communities. Really, it makes sense. Like Upland could be at the core of Web3 as like a launching point for everything. Because another big thing that stood out to me is something Dirk said about a property in the metaverse is like the platform moment for Web3. It's the platform, meaning like a way I thought about it is like my iPhone, for example, it's like Upland is the iPhone, and all the apps can be built on top of Upland. That's an area I could definitely see it exploding.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to look at it. I think about it like that, or like the App Store, or even like Steam. Like sometimes I think about it like Steam. If you took Steam, flipped it on a 3D plane, and turned all of the games into locations. That's kind of how. And then you bundle it all together with those social elements like chat. Eventually there will be friends and stuff like that. So I think that's a really fun way to look at it, and I think it's a little bit more digestible than metaverse, digital land, like all this stuff gets really confusing.
Yeah, well said, Loyal Doyle. Well, hey, thank you very much for being a part of the community, Loyal Doyle. Thank you for all you do, and Happy New Year, my friend. Have a happy 2023. It's just the beginning. It's so exciting. I love the new year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. We'll have a great year, 2023.
Yes,
let's get it.
We'll see you later, my friend.
Have a good one. That's it.
Oh, Steam flipped on its head on a map. I love it, General Mort.
Yeah, it's just floating around up here.
You have a way with words. It's like art. You're like an artist.
I don't want to go that far.
Speaking of art, my two favorite artists in the world. Thank me later. Too Stupid to Win, formerly known as the Upix Podcast, one of the original content creators here at Upland.
Thank you. I would see original.
The original?
The original. The original. Okay.
There have been plenty after us, but no one before us.
People were writing their articles, but we were the first ones to take it to recording.
There you go.
There you go. So I'll rephrase that. From now on, the original content creators at Upland. Thank me later. Too Stupid to Win. How are you guys? Happy New Year, my friends.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, tell us what's happening over in Upland Property Experts. Any big plans for 2023?
No real big plans. We're going to continue our weekly show. We've had some help come on backstage to help us with the data and do the streams and help us behind the scenes. So we have somebody that's going to help us cut up our show into some clips so we can put some shorts up on YouTube. But about nothing really more than that.
Very exciting.
Shorts are a big deal.
Shorts are a big deal. It's nice to just bite-sized. You don't have to go through the whole podcast. That's going to be exciting for sure. Thank me later. What's a highlight of 2022? Well, I'll tell you my highlight with Thank Me Later. I got to meet Thank Me Later in person, actually twice, in Texas, and then his home state of Texas, or at least where he currently resides, rather. And that the Halloween, his costume, for those of you who didn't see it or haven't seen it, was next level awesome. So those are my highlights. Thank me later. But what are your highlights of 2022?
Oh yeah, I guess that makes three because then
I was going to say there was three.
Oh, that's right. Genesis Week as well. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Genesis was the highlight. I mean, for me, it was huge. From the podcast perspective, the new theme from Mars, Utah. Utah, who did the original theme, did a revamp, and just everything he touches, I just absolutely. So to me that was a big highlight.
That's super cool.
Now you're working on actually we were just talking about layer 2. You're working on a layer 2 project for Upland. How is that going?
Yeah, UpX World, we just launched a private alpha version of it. We're hoping to have it on Steam here in the next 10 days or so for a limited test play. So
nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. That's so very exciting. We cannot wait to see more of that for sure. Too Stupid to Win. Now you just started a new series, The Legits, this last year that you do with Mars Utah. How has that gone?
Really well. It's just trying to find the timing of lining up our schedules to get it done. We started out Friday afternoons, and now we've been recording it on Saturday morning. So it was just something Mars and I have been throwing around for a while. We have all this football knowledge, and we were trying to figure out how to use that and help Uplanders. So we said, hey, let's do a show to help people target those fire stats, so to help with those triple threat challenges when those happen. So just something fun to do.
That's super cool. Who's winning the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. It's so unpredictable.
Hey,
I'm not calling
who are you
anything.
liking? Who are you liking? Give me two. Your two guys.
The Browns have been so bad to me this year. I've been so disinterested.
I know what that's like. I've been a Giants fan for the last, forever. So the last 6 years have been quite hell.
I think the Eagles from the NFC are going to get there.
Yeah, the Eagles look really good, and the Niners look really good too.
Yeah, the Niners. It'll be between those two in the NFC, and then I think you're going to see a repeat of the Chiefs Bengals in the AFC Championship.
That's what it's looking like. Some good mementos to be got in those games.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Can I just shout out my boy Baker Mayfield? I know people don't like Baker Mayfield, but crushing it recently.
Is he really crushing it though? Like
he's crushing it. Come on, man.
He won a game and then they lost. Then he won a game. Like I will say it's very impressive to come in with like almost no practice.
4 hours, like 4 hours.
That's awesome. I'll give it to him there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I love his fire. Anyways, Too Stupid. Let's start with you. 2023. What are you most looking forward to this next year?
The expansion of Upland, the game itself, continuing on with the outdoor decor, waiting to see those ornament shops open up too. So just excited. And then, I called it at Genesis Week that we'd have the life token drop this year at Genesis. So I'm going to see if that prediction's true or not.
We will see.
It will be exciting to see.
I cannot say, but we will see.
Are you a prophet or not? That's going to be the stupid to win. Thank me later. How about yourself? What are you most looking forward to in 2023?
Genesis Week. I mean, it's right now. Like just like it's about. I can't wait to get the community together again. I'm expecting it to be bigger and better than it was last. Can't wait.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you both for being here. Another year with you guys. I never miss your show. So thank you for all that you guys do. Upland Property Experts. Go look them up over on YouTube, Twitch, wherever you listen to podcasts or watch podcasts. They are there. Happy New Year. Too Stupid to Win. Thank you later.
Happy New Year. Thanks, guys. Genesis
Week has come up quite a bit. That was
shoes to fill.
I think it's the first time. Well, I think it was the first time. Remember our first Genesis Week together, just digital. Even that was crazy, right. And then we
that was crazy.
In person.
Well, there was like 3 of us at the time, so.
And then we brought it in person and made it even more crazy in person as well. Let's bring on. Speaking of crazy people. This is a nice intro right here for the one and only Uplando. Uplando, How are you? Welcome, Uplando. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to all. Happy holidays. Hope you guys are doing well.
Likewise.
Absolutely. Now, Uplando, tell us a little bit about what you're most looking forward to in 2023 before we get into a recap of 2022 here.
Most looking forward to Block Explorer driving MV Motors. Got the more racing, STEM token, trees, plants, animals, more X1 llama herding, and of course, General Mort instructional dance video so we can get our tapping toes on in real life for next year.
Those dance videos. too legit. Now, Uplander, you have been the host of the daily this last year. The daily Upland Cafe. What was that like? Going every single day. You maintained consistency that in content creation, super like respect. That's hard to do, and you did it. How was that?
It was good. I had a lot of help. So along the way, all the contributors, everybody that put forth effort into doing the show, and I didn't have to have the facha on, on camera. So I got to do it from a radio kind of broadcaster standpoint of view. So I may or may not have done it in a robe or boxer shorts or whatever,
Yeah, no, that's.
Well,
that's
I mean, you
awesome.
can't see my pants right now, so I'm not going to show you. But...
Exactly.
No, that's awesome. Uplando, what anything in 2022 that really stood out to you, that really was like this moment of, oh, this is Upland, this is the future?
The partnerships, and it was, I know you guys had a tall order on those partnerships. It didn't come easy. You guys really had to dig deep and get things done. I know how that works and how that goes. So that, and then just more of the player creation content that's coming in, outdoor decor, meta ventures. It's huge, and that was a big part of it. You guys did a lot in this past year.
Yeah, no.
It was a busy year, that's for sure.
It was. Sometimes you forget too. I mean, like chat, we're like, oh, what was big thing, and then chat just happened, or Genesis Week, or
somebody asked me for a list of highlights, and I had to go back, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, just kept like writing so many things. It was a really long list.
Yeah,
there was a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see next year. This time next year, what does Upland look like? It's going to be very, very fun and interesting and exciting to see. Now, Uplando, you did just do your last, and maybe not your last, but the last one of you hosting the Upland Cafe. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about that, and tell everybody a little bit, maybe they don't know what the Upland Cafe is. What is the Upland Cafe first? And then, your last sign off here was just yesterday, actually.
Yeah, it's so in official Upland Discord, that is where you will find the one and only voice channel that we have right now. That's the Upland Cafe. It's got a chat channel that's along with it. And it really kind of came out of a player from the UDU, Scooby from Icon, and myself minting cities in a small Zoom group, and then going into general chat and bothering you and Mort for, hey, we want a voice channel. And we lovingly just continued to spam you guys and troll you guys until Mort was just like, fine, you want a voice channel? There's your voice channel. There it is.
I don't think David was even there. I think David was out that day.
I was off that week.
Yeah.
I was off
I didn't know if I should do it, and I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, and I came back, and General Mort's like, oh, by the way, there's a voice channel now. I was like, oh, right.
It was great. It turned out amazing. We had so many people in there. It's gone through an entire evolution. Been doing it for over a year and a half, like you said, nightly on the show, trying to keep it entertaining and education, information, helping new players in there. And now I'm going to pass the torch off to the Goldsmiths. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it. And of course, communication in game and what you guys do with cafes in the future, voice channels. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the future and seeing cafes come into the game and how that evolves along with 3D avatars. That's another one. I think those will work hand in hand together. So those are two of my favorite standouts coming. Speaking of cafes there, Uplando. So absolutely. Well, Uplando, we love you, brother. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being part of the community. And Happy New Year. Happy 2023.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Yes, I can't wait to see what you guys have coming up in store. I know that I always try to get you guys to say things that you're not supposed to. So anytime you want to tilt the camera so we can see the whiteboard of what's coming up. What's the next city? I forgot. I know you guys mentioned it earlier.
The whiteboard is digital, so
yeah. But that next city was that Tampa? Was that Florida? Is it? I don't know what the international is.
I thought we were doing Djibouti.
Oh yeah. Oh, Japan? Is it Tokyo?
That's right. All right, good. Get your booty, put your booty, everybody. Uplando, thank you very much. Have a good one, my friend.
Thanks, Uplando.
Oh man, always a blast to jump into the Upland Cafe and listen to everybody there. So that's been great. We've got two more guests. Well, three more guests total coming up here. Everybody, don't forget, for a chance to win 23,000 UPIX to 10 lucky players, don't forget to leave your comment in the comments below on what you're looking forward to most in 2023 for Upland, and we'll randomly select players for that 23,000. It's a nice chunk of UpX. I could use that. Maybe I'll leave a comment.
Oh, I forgot. No, we're not allowed.
Wait, are we neighbors yet?
We're not like neighbors. I'm like across the street or something.
We're neighborhood neighbors.
We're neighborhood neighbors, yes.
Yeah, I like that. Let's bring on the man himself, Mr. Lefthouse, and also we'll bring on Mars Utah as well at the same time. Lefthouse, Mars Utah, Happy New Year's! Look at you guys bringing the theme, the atmosphere.
Oh wow, that's awesome! Look at that.
I don't know what we're doing. Hey, how was it? Happy New Year's, everybody! Look at those Upland hoodies you guys are rocking, man. Those are kind of beautiful.
Huh? Yeah, I think I'm the only one with this red one. I haven't seen anybody else with this red one.
Nice.
No, we had a
that's one of my favorite colors, so we'll have to be picking that up.
Looks really good on me.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now Lefthouse, we had on Thank Me Later and Too Stupid earlier, and they were the OG content creators. But you've got to be up there among the OG content creators for Upland as well. You've been doing daily shows for forever over with Left Action House. Tell us a little bit about that. Did they predate you, or are you actually the OG content creator?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I mean, Thank Me Later was my very first guest on the very first episode of what used to be the Upland Action News. Then it became the NFT Action News, and now we just call it Left Action House. And that's the name of our stream. And yeah, it's been daily. It started as a weekly. It started as a pre-record. It was like Saturday Night Live. I would write skits and all the stuff. And then, by the end of the week, I would shoot it all in one night, stay up all night, edit it, and then put it out in the morning. And still, it was like, I couldn't keep up with it was still outdated. So I was like, this is too much. And also, I'm staying up all night every week. This is weird. Yeah. So maybe if I do it daily, it'll be easier. And I'll be able to, ingest the news and get it out fast enough. And so, yeah, that's where it started. And then, the whole NFT space blew up. And so I started covering everything. And then, here we are today.
Yeah, as someone who covers the entire NFT space, where in your mind does Upland fit in this world of Web3, this world of NFTs?
That's an awesome question. And I think about that a lot. And it's funny to me because it's sort of, whatever's happening in the crypto space, the NFT space, the play or whatever, earn space, it seems like Upland is always on its own vibration and its own trajectory. It doesn't seem to matter what the hell's going on in the rest of the ecosystem. I mean, overall, like when everything goes down, it goes down too, whatever. But not really though. It just seems like there's a different plan. It's got its own sort of world that exists separate than the rest of the space, which I really, really like. Although, there's so many things within the Upland ecosystem that sort of like you could kind of start saying, oh, this is like this outside in the other parts of the space or something like that. So I feel like, you guys are highly intelligent, the bosses over there, everybody that's putting this together, and it seems like the plan, the roadmap, and the pivots seem to be the right ones. And I feel very secure and safe when I think about Upland and the future. And I can't say that across the board. I can't say that about many of the other projects that are out there,
Yeah, that's great to hear. That's great to hear, and great to hear your perspective on that, Lefthouse. Now, Mars Utah, you are on a couple different shows. We talked about one earlier that you're doing with Too Stupid to Win on the Legits. You're on Lefthouse show as well. You are the theme song for the UpX podcast at first, and now the Upland Property Experts. Mars Utah, you're all over the place. How do you do it?
I am all over the place. I guess that kind of speaks to, what Upland is. I just came and joined this community, over 2 years ago, and started out writing their first theme song, which was an instrumental originally. And that snowballed into a friendship and partnerships. And then, of course, the song needed a video, and who better to do that than Mr. Lefthouse himself. And so I think I appeared on episode number 12 of the news, and
Nice.
Made up my own contest, the Battle of Buena Vista, where I gave out a bunch of my own NFTs to try to sell out Buena Vista. And
that's awesome.
Next thing you know, we're doing all sorts of Christmas specials and all sorts of hijinks for over 2 years.
That's right.
Love it. Now,
That's so cool.
a lot of people may be seeing you for the first time. A lot of newer players, for instance, and being like, "Who is this guy in this luchador mask?
What's that mask?
What is? Give us a brief history of who is Mars Utah? Why the luchador mask? Where did that come from?"
I mean, there's a lot there. I'm a lifelong artist, basically, in all sorts of ways, into an odd array of interests, you know, and the same with Lefthouse. You know, who knows that we both would have been huge martial arts and MMA fans, and you know, pro wrestling and films and things like that. And kind of like I said before, you know, I'm just an artist all the way around. So as Upland presented all of these opportunities, you know, here I was born in this fashion, I guess we'll say, without getting into too many real reasons. When I did start Upland, I did have a little bit of a sensitive real life thing going on, so there was a reason, but it's also just a good time.
Well, I even
awesome.
remember seeing your wedding pictures with it on. It was just so cool, so cool to see. Like,
I remember one of my first calls with the UCN. Like, I just there was all these people, and then there was Mars Utah with the mask, and I was like, why is this guy have a mask on? I was so confused.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
so as you know, it's not just a public shtick. You know, we're pretty committed to this. Made a lot of appearances, and you know, hopefully, if everything works out, I'll get to Genesis Week this year.
That would be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
would be so awesome. Absolutely. Mr. Lefthouse,
Yes,
give
sir.
us one thing you're most looking forward to in Upland in 2023.
Well, I'm excited that I got a couple of automobiles yesterday. So
Ooh, nice. Congrats.
you know,
A couple.
Congratulations.
yeah, I went nuts.
Show
I got
off.
two. I've been begging and bitching and crying that I haven't had a car since this whole thing has been going on. So
Well, we got
yeah.
a lot more on the way, so hopefully everybody gets to have a
Yeah,
car soon.
yeah. So what am I looking forward to most? Geez, that's a good question. I think just like the integration of other chains and what that means and what comes about from that. Just the overall building. I'm a patient man. I've been here since almost the beginning, and I've just been enjoying the ride and the growth. And it's, I mean, you guys basically hit whatever you guys say you put out in the roadmap. It seems like you guys hit or you know, like make adjustments before and let us know that it's not going to happen or something like that. But it just seems like it's working the way it's supposed to and the way you guys are saying that it is, which is mind-boggling and beautiful.
Well, that's the goal. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep being a citizen and enjoying the growth, because I know it's only going to continue.
Yeah, Mars Utah. Same question for you. 2023. Most looking forward to.
Oh man, I guess I don't really have a specific answer, but just continuing in more of the just utility in the game, the buildings and the decor shops. You know, being able to finally, you know, finally we say, because we've been here a long time,
Sure.
and you know, crypto and NFT world is like 100 years a year. So, but yeah, placing those first things out in the yard and you know, getting to build things and the cars and you know. I know Lefthouse has got the movie theater in the works and a lot of things we've been talking about for years now, and it's just these additional steps forward. So yeah, just seeing where the growth takes us next year, getting more 3D into the metaverse here.
Oh, the 3D avatar. That's a big one for me. I think that's to be able to represent yourself in the 3D space is going to be huge. Well, it's Left Action House, everybody. Daily show. Go check out Mr. Lefthouse himself. Again, a link is in the description below. Mars Utah's on multiple shows, spanning multiple channels. Check him out as well. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. Happy 2023
Happy
to
New
you
Year,
both.
guys. Thanks
Happy
for
New
coming.
Year.
You guys, thanks.
See you guys later.
What we're coming to the end here. The end of the New Year's extravaganza. General Mort,
The end of the year.
Give the end of the year. Yeah, give it to me
Yeah.
straight. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about everything right now?
My back hurts. Been standing for an hour. I feel good. It's been a wild ride. this year. That's for sure. Not that the previous year was any less wild, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love the wild red. I love the chaos. I like, it feels good to be in a place where things are happening.
I well said. Absolutely. No day. It's never boring. Nothing. You're never like, I'm going to go in. I'm going to do the same thing every day.
I don't think any one of my days have been the same. Like, I think every single day is something different, pretty much.
Yeah. So much fun. We're getting ready to close out our New Year's Eve extravaganza here. The last show of 2022. And what better way to end it than with our man from Brazil himself, the one and only Musita. Musita, Happy New Year.
Hello. Happy New Year, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Musita, I actually don't know your origin story. I just realized. How did you find Upland in the first place?
Man, that was really strange. I was navigating the internet. I saw an ad and I oh, this seems good. And click and started. Just nothing special. I just saw the llama and the cities, and I like city games. Let me check that. That was love at the first.
That's awesome.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Almost 2 years ago. Yeah, the llama works. The llama.
And how did the content stuff come in?
Yeah, exactly.
How did you start creating content, or what pushed you to start creating content?
I think 1 month after I started, because I didn't find anything in Portuguese to help me playing, so I have to do that because nobody's doing, so let me do it. And I started.
But were you teaching somewhere? I thought I read that somewhere. Like you were teaching and you started to do Uplands or something along those lines.
Yes, I was a professor for 7 years, and now I stopped being a professor.
Really?
Just to focus on
incredible.
Upland.
We should call you Professor Musita.
Yeah.
or the professor, right? Like that would be that's solid.
Yeah, I'm struggling to finish my doctor degree, so maybe doctor. One day, a doctor to become a YouTuber.
Musita, how has 2022 in Upland been for you? What's some of your biggest highlights?
Well, I think changing. We change a lot of things. The game is changing a lot, and that's amazing because only new and good things are coming. New partnerships, new stuffs, new 3D three-party developers. So that's the future starting in 2022. I think that's the best to say about 22. Is the beginning of the future in Upland.
Laying the groundwork, the infrastructure, putting all the pieces in place. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
The beginning of the future. I like that. Well said. So what are you personally preparing for in 2023? What's Upland Brazil YouTube? What's your strategy for 2023 coming into Upland?
I'm trying every day to bring more players to Upland, to make people understand the importance and how Upland is the future of not just games but Web3 is the best place to start. And I'm trying every day to try to just show people what's Upland and why they have to try it. That's my goal to 2003.
So that's great. So we've actually asked a few players this, and I'd be curious, as someone who talks to new players all the time about Upland, what is Upland? We've had a couple different definitions. Now I'm curious what your definition of Upland is.
Upland is the future of gaming and Web3 and internet. I think that's
succinct, short, to the point. Put it on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, it's an easy sentence, but it's hard to understand for people that doesn't know Web3 or NFTs.
Yeah, it's true. What do you find?
But I'm trying.
That's right. What have you found that people most connect with, or is in Upland, or is it something different for everyone?
I think it's something different for everyone. Maybe I never thought about that before. I think
it's hard. It is. It usually is something different. I found that even just with general Web3 stuff when I talk to people. Like there's always something different that makes the light bulb turn on.
Yeah,
it's tough to
that's something that I like about the third-party developers that can bring a lot of different stuffs that can bring more people to Upland to play with other things or do other things that is not on Upland yet.
For sure.
So 2023 is gonna be good. 2003, the best.
2003 was great too. 23, hopefully much better.
No, absolutely. Well, Musita, thank you very much for joining us. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's Upland Brazil over on YouTube. Go check out his channel. It's amazing. Happy New Year, Musita. Thank
Professor
you.
Musita.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you guys.
The Professor. I love it. That's
Professor.
That should be the nickname. Or the Doctor. The Upland
Doctor.
He's in the house. Well, General Mort, Happy New Year, my friend. It's 2020. Can you believe it? Oh
no, I can't actually. It's like it was Christmas Eve, and I was like, oh my god, today's Christmas Eve. Like it's just been such a crazy year.
Yeah, and that felt like yesterday, and that was a week ago now.
I know, and I think about Genesis Week. That feels like that was 2 years ago.
Oh, I know.
It was only 6 months ago.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
I feel like I lived a whole life since then.
Time flies. I think that's proof positive that Upland, the Upland community, and we are on the cutting edge. I think if you weren't on the cutting edge, number one, like we wouldn't be working on so many things at the same time.
Yeah.
And time wouldn't fly as fast as it's flown. Like we're pushing the boundaries day in and day out. And it's really exciting. It's why I love being here and what I love about Upland for sure.
It's what makes it fun to be at this company. There's new stuff every day. It's always changing.
Agreed. Well, 2023. General Mort, let's do this. We got it.
Yes. Thanks to everybody who watched the show today. And thank you to the community, and thank you to all our content creators who came here today to talk about Upland. And they help us tremendously in so many ways by creating content and helping people learn and be educated about the ecosystem. So huge thank you to those guys. And of course, the community. We would be nothing without the community. So we appreciate your support and your criticism too. We do appreciate it. We really do.
We learn from you what's working, what's not working, and we love you all. Thank you very much for being part of the community. Don't forget 23,000 UPIX. Leave a comment below. 23. I always want to say 2023. There's too many 23s. 23,000 UPIX for a chance to win. Leave a comment below what you're most looking forward to in 2023, and 10 winners will come from that. Happy New Year, everybody. Here's a 2023. We will see you guys next year. Bye-bye.